on, honey. This is definitely something that I am looking forward to share with you guys. Just to give you a little history of what's going on today. So I am here, and I'm sure you know the face, honey, and if you don't, you will know the face after the show, honey. And I'll let her introduce herself in just a minute. But basically what ignited this outreach to this beautiful, lovely, talented trans mogul here is that I seen a video. I had interviewed a group called the Secret Girls back late November. I was totally sold on their talent. I seen a cover that they did of Ariana Grande. The video was out, and I was amazed with the beauty and the talent. And what was even more amazing to me is that they were all trans women. So we had an interview. They were doing a show in Florida, and so we Skyped them in, and I kind of told the story. Then I see, you know, I follow a couple other trans and other LGBT talk shows. Two of the members talking to some trans host out of New York called What's the Tea? Or Trans Tea, if I'm not mistaken. So I literally had to reach out to the fabulous Nicole and kind of get an exclusive to see what's going on. And I didn't get what I heard. So welcome, darling, and thank you for taking this. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
No, absolutely. And just so you know, this is for on the record and off the record. I guaranteed that I just wanted to sit down with Nicole. I will not be talking to any of the other group members, just because I felt they had their side of the story. So now it's time to hear her side of the story, and then I'll let you guys be the judge of exactly what happened with this breakup of the Secret Girls. So, darling, honey, educate them, honey. What is going on? So, from my understanding, you've been doing this as far as a musical artist, actress, model, trans Barbie, trans international superstar, if you would, and you decided that you had this idea where you wanted to create a trans pop group. So you was like, as the passionate person you are, you went out there out of your limb to create this group, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so now when you created the group, was there a specific criteria you were looking for?
Of course. I mean, with any group, there's a certain criteria that anyone looks for. My criteria was that obviously I wanted talent. You know, I wanted girls, trans girls, that were pre or post. It didn't really matter to me, you know, because what's between your legs really doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, no one sees that. It's
right.
just a matter of true talent, raw talent, that you could dance and you can sing live.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot of vocals are manipulated in studios and stuff.
Yes.
And I know, you know, I'm not the perfect singer, and I know, you know, there's many people that aren't, but you can make it, you know, your voice sound good, but as long as you can sing live, that's what really mattered to me. And it was a long process, and also the image was the most important, because I wanted a group of trans women that looked like Barbie dolls. That might be a little bit, you know, unsettling for certain trans people,
Right.
but then they could start another trans group, and it could be, you know, of any shape and size. I mean,
Right.
for me, this is my dream, this is my passion, and this is what I wanted. Sex sells. At the end of the day, I know how the industry works.
Right. So when you say trans Barbie doll, what I'm gathering, and if I recall from the interview, you were thinking a little sex like the Pussycat Dolls,
Right.
but the pop aspect and the pop essence of the Spice
The
Girls.
diversity of the
Spice Girls that was very successful.
Correct.
Which, honestly, if you ask me, is a no-brainer, because she's absolutely right. In this industry, sex sells, and what most folks who have not paid their dues in the industry, where I'm sure you can relate to this comment, because I've been in it for 15 plus years as well. And it takes a long time in order for you to be you can be as talented as you want, okay, but it's a negative to the industry when you're trans. It's a negative to them when you're not heard of, unless did something stupidly crazy and you got millions of hits online. The industry's not going to receive you until you wait your turn.
Viral visibility.
You're right. So it's one of those things that a lot of people don't understand, and they'll always say, you know, why is your career not where it should be?
Correct.
And it's nothing that we can dictate, because as me personally, I think that I am the Oprah of drag. You know, I want to be the queen of talk, and I want to be on television as well, but I got to wait my turn until somebody says, you know what, this person really deserves that opportunity. And I can imagine music, because it reaches a whole different audience space, and to be trans and to be a pop group and a pop star, it's got to be a lot, you know. And so, how many girls did you actually audition, and how many girls really made the cut? Let's get it juicy. I need some wine. Would you like a little glass?
Sure. Over the time, I officially started in 2006 with the whole concept.
Right.
And I had 2 other members, Shayla and Felicia, and it was amazing. We were performing in New York City. We were performing for Pride. We had fans running up to us. It was the most amazing feeling. We started filming little bits and pieces. We were at that point pitching to people for MTV, and it just was not. We weren't having it, you know. Trans show at that time.
Right. It wasn't.
They already advertisers have to pick up your reality series. This is how it works. If people don't know the industry, advertiser has to pay for the commercial. If the commercial isn't picked up or paid for, then you don't have a show. Exactly.
You don't have a slot.
So you don't have a slot. So that's what would happen, and I tried to redo the concept and redo it again, and you know, Shayla and the girls. I still have a great relationship with Shayla. Felicia did her sex reassignment surgery, and she just wanted to live her life as a female and move away from the whole limelight of the aspect, and I could totally understand that. Me and Shayla still talk. She might even call in. I'm just gonna see about that. But you know, Shayla's kind of style was she wanted to do more like. What is it? Destiny's Child.
Okay.
And I wanted more Spice Girls,
right.
you know, or you know, so it was a little bit of a innocent,
creative differences.
Exactly, creative difference, and that is normal. Of
course.
But you know, the girls need their boyfriends and things, and she went away and she moved and she got her boyfriend and she got married and So I was back to square one again, and that's when I met Mimi.
Okay.
And I found Mimi, and she hit me up through Toronto. She was from Toronto. And Mimi, you know, she was awesome. You know, she could sing, and she was, you know, talented. She could dance. She's a gymnast. I mean, she had lots of, you know, there was a lot of
what you were looking
qualities.
for.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I also had before Mimi, I also had found Gia.
Right.
And Gia was another Asian girl before Jasleen.
Okay.
So, but Gia again had a relationship and didn't want to be in that
limelight.
And moved from Boston to LA. So it was kind of like it was conflicting with scheduling. So I was like, okay, you know what? Gotta start all over again, you know? And it was difficult. It's not easy to find someone perfect, and then you got to start all over again. And this one, I can't do it. It's very hard. It's very frustrating, you know, because this is what I really, really wanted to do for the community, not for myself.
Right.
Because I already have a name.
Right. No.
So,
no shade.
No shade.
But honestly, I get the frustration part, and what I want to touch base on now, that to kind of say, not only is there the conflict of personalities in girl groups. When you're speaking about, and I want to go back to what you were saying about the commercial time and back in the time when you were actually pitching. As an individual who done mainstream media as my boy persona, not in drag, I've gotten to work with some incredible artists as Destin. Now when they see Lorraine, it's like, and it's not that I'm not as talented as I am as Destin, it's just that's the way the industry works. And to get an all gay or all trans ensemble or show, you're right, it's hard, because just until now, until you have, you know, your trans advocates out there, like you have T.S. Madison, you have Carmen Carrera, you have Laverne Cox, you have Caitlyn Jenner, Tracy Lizelle, you know, you got the other girl from Janet Mock, who are actually now paving the way that. But if you think about television, when you see a trans on TV, you see 18 straight people. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's more accessible in television, but they just started right now. I think Bravo had their very first on trans show. So it's just starting to get there. So to blame one person for not having opportunity, I feel is unfair. Because it's the industry. You know what I mean? It's the industry, and when the time comes, it will come. And I just wanted to touch base. Another thing that I heard in the video that I didn't get from the first interview was that you are a bully. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not in no way in hell, no way in who I'm gonna let anybody bully me. I'm sorry. I don't care how much I want something. You know what I mean? And another thing that really caught my attention was the body shaming thing. Listen, when you're in the industry and the industry wants perfection, it's not body shaming when you're asking somebody, listen, this is the standard of what's going to sell. Get to that standard. You know what I mean? So those were the two things that I had issues with what I heard from, and I'm not sure what her name was. What was?
Alyssa.
From Alyssa. She did make some valid points to me when she said, you know what I mean, that, you know, not even valid, but she did say to me that it started off at like 15%, it started off at 10. Listen, in the industry as a manager, and I know because I manage some incredible talent, you are putting the bill, you're flipping the bill, you're doing all of the groundwork.
Pay for half of everything.
Pay for half of everything, or if not everything.
But that wasn't said.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Conveniently.
Right, you know what I mean?
Make
So
it look like I'm robbing them.
Right, and it's not about robbing. Listen, and my thing is that if you're doing all the lead work, it just happens to be that you're in the group. Now, there's no different from that same scenario happening and you just being the manager. If you were just the manager but you weren't in the group, I bet you there wouldn't have been an issue with that. Because at the end of the day, if you're putting up the money and you want 25% of whatever or 50% of whatever, either you got two options. You walk away or you deal with it. Because that's the industry.
I felt that, you know, in a situation with ratios and percentages, is that a lot of these girls were struggling. We were all struggling financially. As a matter of fact, everyone had dues. I paid half the dues, and everyone had a percentage of the dues, and we figured that out, what was fair, right? So, Elite had lots of financial difficulties, and
through it, because I'm a big about accountability. You sat here
at least
tonight.
say, okay, well, she was this and she was that. I admit I was this.
Right.
I can
Just
take
like you just did.
accountability.
Right. Hello.
That I was a bitch at times. I will take that I was hard to manage, hard to work with, because I felt
Your expectations were
a
high.
wall being put up. I felt their girls were against me at times. I felt like anything I said, it was like, psh, whatever. You know, I felt like when I called times, it was always at their time schedule.
Right.
And it was a lot of stress for me alone to pull this together. Yes, Alyssa did assist me at times. Yes, she did.
That was my next point.
She did help me. And in the beginning, it started off as help, but then it changed to being more like she was trying to be the leader.
How much money am I getting? How much
It was just starting to be like she started to call the shots and started to have little secret talks with the girls and starting to build their heads up.
Do I see a little pebbles going on?
So, you know, I don't know. It was just a lot. I mean, I really don't want to talk negatively, but I do want people to understand what I went through with each individual girl.
Right.
We got offers to go to China. We got an offer to go to China for 2 months. I'm not going to say which girl, I'm just going to say one of the girls didn't have the proper documents to even travel out of the country. So we couldn't even go. I had to turn that down.
Wow.
Okay? So this was certain situations, you know.
Right.
If you call bullying telling somebody to stop eating chips and stop eating the chips, eat healthier.
Drink water.
Don't eat late at night. Don't eat past 3 o'clock. Whatever, because you're gonna turn into a gremlin. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, do you know, just have
Girl, I'm a
diet.
gremlin, honey.
You know what I mean? Just have a better diet, and don't bitch and complain and whine about every little thing.
You know
like,
what I call that?
What?
Constructive criticism.
Constructive, but they don't see it as that. I'm bullying them. You know what I mean? And body shame, I would never call anybody fat. Let me tell you something. I have scars up my leg from silicone removal, from bad silicone removal. Do you think I have the nerves to call anyone? I have a scar, here, a scar on my nose from, look, do you know what I mean? Like, come on. I know they're bitter. I understand how they're feeling because we did so much work and then I just took it apart and dismantled it.
Right.
But if I was such a bad person, why didn't they walk out a long time ago? Think about that one.
Right. So let me just say this because we gotta. I know we can go on, and this can be like a 19-part interview. I just wanted to have this opportunity for you to be able to say what happened. Now, what I want to know is that what's going to happen now? That happened. You said what you had to say. folks are going to either receive it, they're gonna be able to form their own opinion, because that's gonna happen regardless whether you're on this show, they're on that show. People are gonna form their own opinion. But what to me, the proof is in the pudding. What is it that you're doing now? Are you going to release your own solo album? I know there's a book in the works. I know you just were in a movie. What is it that you're going to do? Because I know The Secret Girls is important to you. And listen, darling, I give you all the kudos, and I say, at some point, revisit it. But right now, you are way too much talent just to kind of throw it away. It's time for you to say, you know what, ladies? Say what you want to say about me, but it's time. I might be old, or whatever they may be saying about you. I might be 20 years older, or whatever, 10, whatever the numbers are. But bitch, I'm going I'm going to right now do what I love to do, and I'm gonna dance to the end. You know, I'm gonna dance to The World Ends like Britney did. So what's going on? I want to talk about Nikki now. I love you girls for who you are, but it's about Nikki right now.
I'm gonna show everyone how old I am.
Give me a birth certificate, damn it.
I didn't do it before, but like I'm gonna do it now because like I'm like 80 years old, so like I just have to do it.
You better do it, Betty White. Let's do a cheers to Betty White.
Yeah.
And 90 years old. And let me tell you something, bitch. She may be old, but she's one of the biggest comedians and actresses out there still. She's 100. Still rocking it. Did you see her video?
Love
I'm
her.
hot.
I want to get old like her.
Okay, so it's like, no, honestly, to give a little fans, honey, what they can expect from Miss Erotica.
Exotica. Basically, I am working on a new single, and it's called Young, Wild, and Free.
I heard a little bit of it, bitches, and it's fierce.
Yeah, I think you're gonna preview.
Yeah, it's fierce.
She's gonna preview.
Yeah, I'm gonna preview it a little bit on the show.
Feature.
Not now, but later.
So it's a song for the community, the LGBTQ community, about just not caring what people think about you and just keep doing you. And it's a very inspiring song. It's actually a little bit of what I went through as well. With
Do you want to give her a preview right now?
The Secret Girls. Yeah.
You want to give her a preview right now? Okay. I'm going to give y'all a preview right now just because this is for all y'all haters that say that that she's 100 and that she's sad and that she can't do it by herself. So I want y'all.
I can't do it by myself.
All right.
I need the Secret
So,
Girls.
all right, here we go. Okay, now that, honey, doesn't seem like a bully or a bitter old woman, honey, if you would. No, I love it. I love the single. I can't wait to hear the whole thing. I think that there's a lot of great things that's going to happen in your future. I think this is just one of those things that it's a milestone. You know, I think if you can accomplish 2 reamped or whatever girl group and they can put negative press out against you, it's an accomplishment. I want you to take that negativity and say, you know what? Okay, I don't want them all in our business. You can say, it happened, I learned, I moved on, this is what I'm going to do about it. Because I'm a strong believer, and I say that all the time in my day-to-day practice. We get thrown and dealt some shitty cards in life. Mm-hmm. We do, day to day. Not only are we dealing with trans, gay, bi, black, white, Spanish, fat, skinny, you know, all that stuff, we're dealing with society, and society wants us to be a certain way. And I take the cards that are dealt with me and I do what I want to do with them. But I want you to take these cards that were just dealt to you, and I want you to really say, you know what, you just said what you said, and call me conceited, but I'm a bad bitch. I know I'm a bad bitch, and I'm saying that on the ratchet level because it feels like that's what is circulating internet. And when I say a bad bitch, meaning that I believe about community. When you believe to give back and to be able to take criticism and take what life has to offer and move forward, you're a bad bitch, period. And it's not about being the flyest, the skinniest, or the most talented. It's about taking life and whatever it gives to you and it deals, you move forward and become a better person. Right. That's a bad bitch.
You know what's sad? It's just that I never got like any type of
Thank
credibility.
You.
Like,
hello.
Like, damn, she really did it. Nikki pulled it off, because a lot of people doubted me and they were like, oh, you're never gonna do it, and I got pretty far, you know, and
well, can I be the first to tell you? You did it.
Thank you.
You did it, girl.
You. I don't feel defeated. I don't feel like I miss the girls. I miss the secret girls. Because it wasn't all bad.
Right, of course.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
The way they're making it, we had good times. We had fun times.
But you're not gonna hear about that.
We're not. Our road trips and stopping at the market and doing all these funny stuff and
right.
the supermarket and we had fun times too. So I mean, other than that, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like I needed time to myself and rethink things. I don't know what's the future.
But take this time. Final question that I want to ask you. Let's talk about the book. That's what I want to get into because I can't wait to read it. And just because people are going to have their opinions, and this is what I want you to understand in this industry. And I think that you very well know, do, because people are going to form their own opinion on how they feel. And I am a blacklister. People blacklist me for just because who I am. And I kind of get a sense of that's what happens within your realm. And you know what that happens with? That happens with because you're a talent. You're a good person, you're a good heart, and you're going to persevere. And you know what? Like, it goes back to those, you know, people beat you up on a day-to-day basis, but it's how you deal with it.
I feel like I mean well, but I'm very misunderstood a lot. You know, maybe I come across and I say the wrong thing.
Misunderstood.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know, it's like I feel like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You know, every artist in this world has haters. If you weren't a celebrity or anybody important, you wouldn't have haters or press talking shit about you. So at the end of the day, thank you. You're keeping me relevant.
Hallelujah.
I love my haters. I really do. Because
I do too. I say it all the time. Do I not, guys?
It's a hot topic until things start picking up for me in the mainstream world with magazines and stuff and press and whatever. You actually keep it going. My name is on everyone's tongue. And when they're Googling and when they're doing their research and they're going to the Secret Girls website or they're going, not the website, they're going to Secret Girls page or they're going to Nikki ExotiKa's page, I get that many fans. I get so much more fans. I actually, because of the Secret Girls, you know, fiasco and everyone seeing that show, do you know how many girls want to audition now? Do you know how many girls hit me up? I mean, what they try to do is they try to
every blessing, honey.
Right, they try to destruct my character and try to defame me and slander me. But in the long run, it only helped because the next girls were like, yes, finally, I get a chance.
Right.
You know, so.
And in our world, they're saying, bye, Felicia.
I'm just not, but I'm keeping it on the side. I'm not ready to go down that path again.
Right. Focus on me.
I'm focusing on myself right now. I think I needed a breather. I cared about those girls. I felt like a mother to those girls. I made mistakes along the way. That's life. Everyone makes mistakes. No one is perfect. So, you know, if I could leave a message, I truly apologize to any of the girls in the girl group or anyone who I hurt along the way of doing this project. You know, that wasn't my intention. I really deeply wanted the best for the group. I tried hard to make it work. I felt that I needed time to just get away. You know what? And I do miss everything that it was, and I do miss the struggle and the journey. I do wish though that we had the help. You know, and I think if we had the help and we had a team behind us, we would still be together.
Right.
And it's frustrating for me that it ended up like this. It got very messy. I never wanted it to be this way. You know, and there's things I regret, and then there's things that they should regret, and there's things that should be apologized for on all parts. So, who's to say what's gonna happen in the future? I don't know. You know, the ball's in my court at the end of the day. I could put the Secret Girls back together like that. You know, so I mean.
So stay tuned for the book for all the juicy tea, honey. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be one of those hoes like this, no shade. Audio tunes, or what is it, audio books?
The book is gonna be at Page Turner. It's called Confessions of a Secret Girl.
Nice.
And it's my life story.
And when does it due out, do you think?
We're trying for June.
For June?
You know, it's gonna be Amazon and it's gonna be Barnes and Nobles. So,
Okay.
yeah. I have lots of people that want to buy it already.
Nice.
But it's my whole life of what I've been through.
Coming up to the Secret Girls, right?
It's a lot. It's an inspiring story that hopefully people can relate to because, you know, I've been down that path. I've been in the darkness. I've been addicted to drugs. I've been in prostitution. I've been suicide. I've tried to kill myself a few times. And I want to inspire people that no matter how hard life is for you, things can get better. And you can aspire to be anything you want to be in this world. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I'm not the fucking one. Like all, I was like, my head spun around like The Exorcist. I was like, who the F are you talking to?
Right.
She's got you bitch, and this and that, like really nasty. I don't like that mentality. I don't like aggressive behavior. I don't like ratchet ghetto behavior, especially in my car, in my home. I don't like, I like a peaceful, I like professional.
Right.
You could talk to me like an adult. Nicole,